Work. Work is one of the greatest blessings we have, and we should be happy that we have it. We're supposed to work. Humans are better when we work. Hi, my name's James, and you are watching the Kansas Cut, and I'm glad you are. Today I'm going to talk for a few minutes about the importance of working. It's not just a man-made thing. It's the way the world functions. From the beginning of time, it's a biblical principle. In Genesis, we're told that after God created everything and had man created, Adam had a job. He was to tend the garden and care for it. And from that time on, work was a part of everything. We're told a lot of places in Scripture how important work is. Colossians 3:23 says, "And whatsoever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men." You work as if the boss is the Lord. And he is. But if you're doing it as if you're doing it to the Lord, as if Jesus was standing right before you, or God, and watching you work, that's how you're supposed to strive to do your work, your employment, say. And if you do that, your boss, the owner, whoever needs to be the customer, whoever needs to be satisfied will be satisfied, because you'll be doing a good job. But it's a biblical concept. 1 Timothy 5:8 says this, "But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel." You work because we have physical needs we need to take care of, and it's important to work. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10 says, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat." Work's important, and we should want to work. Now we know it's been established by God. It's a biblical principle, but then it's good for humans, and I think that's why God wanted us to work. We're not built to just sit around and do nothing constantly. Yes, we need breaks and we need rest. Rest is very important, and that's a biblical principle just as much as working is. But work's important. I've got this interesting thing to read here. It's a little card. I don't know if that will do any good on the camera for you guys or not. This is written by a man named James M. Cohen. And up atop, the little card was given out by a man named Fred Sherman, that is from Turon, Kansas. I found this card it's an old thing from in some of my dad's stuff. And Turon, Kansas was my dad's hometown. But this is called "Work is Man's Greatest Function." I'm going to read it. It's very just a little card. This is talking about man now. Humans, men and women. When we say man, it means humans. "He is nothing. He can do nothing. He can achieve nothing, fulfill nothing without working. If you are poor, work. If you are rich, continue working. If you are burdened with seemingly unfair responsibilities, work. If you are happy, keep right on working. Idleness gives room for doubts and fears. If disappointments come, work. If your health is threatened, work. When faith falters, work. When dreams are shattered and hope seems dead, work. Work as if your life were in peril. It really is. No matter what ails you, work. Work faithfully, work with faith. Work is the greatest remedy available for both mental and physical afflictions. Absolutely for mental afflictions, we know that. Physical ones as well. Things get better with work. Now, we understand there are always exceptions. There are physical things that cause people they cannot do hard, laborious work. Work just means having something to fulfill, having a purpose, having something to do. And it's actual work. It can be the job you go to, whether it's a 8 to 5 job or it's a whatever the job may be. There's thousands of jobs. We know that. But work's so important. Like I said, it's a biblical principle. God gave us work. We're supposed to be productive. And that's in all areas of life. God, of course, wants working faithfully in his kingdom and that side of things. But we have to work in all areas of life to be successful. I thought it was pretty interesting how he says, if you're poor, work. Where are you going to get money? Well, you're going to work. You're going to go to work and get money if you need it. And if you're rich, keep working. Makes sense. You work. It's good for us. Now, there's another interesting thing. A lot of you may have heard this poem before. It's got the same principle behind it, that we need to keep busy and we need to try. We need to, fail and succeed and keep working, keep going, reaching for something. Keep ourselves busy. It's called "It Couldn't Be Done" by Edgar Allan Guest. Some of you have probably heard this before, some of you haven't. The first time I was made aware of this poem, I'll admit I'm not the biggest poetry person, but I like it. There's some good poetry, of course. It's very clever, and I like it. But I remember seeing an Ann Landers, I believe, column. And if you don't know who Ann Landers is, you're really young. It was an advice column that used to be in the newspapers. People would write letters, and she would answer them, or I guess it was her, maybe it was a staff of people and under her name, whatever the case may be. They would give answers to questions, no matter what they were, and they would give little funny things. And I'm sure you can go online nowadays and find Ann Landers columns, or there was also Dear Abby, the same type of thing. But I remember this was Ann Landers, I believe, and I first read this in there. And this poem is pretty good. It's the same type of thing as we're talking about the importance of work. So I'll read this now. It Couldn't Be Done. The author, Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried he hit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed. Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it. But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. You see? It's an attitude. And work helps with your attitude. Help works with your positivity, mental and physical, but even probably more so mental. Because when your mental state can be in a good place, it helps with the physical come along, and vice versa. They go together. So it's work. Work's important. Work on the job. Work. Some people do some types of work for their relaxation, and that's okay. Somebody might love to mow the yard. They might love to get out there, be in the fresh air and the hot summer heat and mow the yard. And some people say, well, that's work. But to them, that's work, but it's also relaxation. I mean, these things can cross over. I don't love to mow the yard, but I do it when I have to. So working doesn't necessarily mean it's hard labor that you're getting paid by somebody else, and you force yourself to go to it. And that can be part of it too, unfortunately. But It's having a purpose, having a focus on something. And as Edgar Albert Guest said in this poem, sometimes something needs done, and we all know that a lot of times it won't get done unless you do it. Look in the mirror, you do it, and it will get done. Whether it's around your house or whether it's on a job site or whatever it may be. So if it's in perspective, the old saying, if you find something you love, you never have to work a day in your life, which is great. Now, let's be honest, every person in the world can't do that, can't have a job that and say, I love it, and I don't work a day in my life because I love my job. All jobs aren't made like that. There are a lot of them made like that, and people go into specific career fields and they can enjoy that. But it's the attitude that you attack whatever job you have to go to that helps. A positive outlook and a positive attitude. So work's so important. It's straight from a biblical concept, and it helps us mentally, physically, and everything. I just wanted to say a few things about work. I think it's a good thing. Now, to wrap this video up, it's been all about work and how important work is, and it is. And I mentioned this briefly. Rest is also a biblical concept. Or I don't know if concept's the right word. It's a biblical principle. That's a much better word. We're given clear instruction about resting. In Genesis, God created the world. 6 literal 24-hour days, God created the world. And he rested on the 7th day. Was God tired? No. He was giving an example. He was setting up the old law and wanting people to rest on the Sabbath, on the old law, the old covenant. And so that was our example to man, that we need to rest. Many times in the New Testament, we see where Jesus left the crowd or broke away from the crowd to rest and pray and different things. Rest is a biblical principle because humans have to rest. So yes, you need some relaxation time, some rest time. It's a balance, but work takes care of a lot of things. I thank you for watching my little rant on working. I try my best to enjoy my work. I like it a lot, but I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Like I said, my name's James. This is my channel. It's the Kansas Cut. And if you enjoyed it at all, please comment. Tell me what you like to do for work or relaxation. Tell me what you think about the subject of working. Let me know. If you please would, hit thumbs up. Just give it a like or share it. And I appreciate you watching the channel. And I always like to try to end on this. Sometimes I forget. But, remember, if you put God and his son, Jesus Christ, first in your life, everything will be all right. Thank you.